Hello, welcome back to Heretical Tarot. The hell? Okay. There was a fly that literally, just right in my face for a second. That was weird. So, anyway, what did I even say? Hello. My name is Liz. I'll be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for Leo, wherever Leo shows up for you in your chart. And how are you? Because I know today is the day of the Grand Cross. And I'm not an astrologer. I'm not claiming to be. I do consume a lot of astrology content. And just a lot of people have been saying that this is the week that they have been looking at for the last year or longer. So, how are you? I believe a grand cross is when there's 4 squares going on. So, there's all these different planets that are creating squares, and that's creating a grand cross. Not to mention, they're also creating oppositions. So, squares are a little bit tension-ish. I think oppositions can cause a little tension too. So, just be sure you are taking care of yourself. And you have 29. You are highly intuitive and creative. Your mind thinks in pictures, and you seem to draw information and ideas from out of the sky. A powerful drive to know the oneness of all things. I am insightful. I love that. Let's get your tarot out. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, I feel like these are already kind of janky. We have the Three of Cups, the Four of Wands. Love that. King of Wands. That's a nice progression. Five of Wands. That tension I was talking about. Ooh, and the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. And then the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Let me just make sure everything is in frame and not funky, and then we'll get into your reading. Okay, I don't know. I moved stuff around and then moved it back. So, what's behind the Two of Swords, Nine of Swords, Two of Wands? So, we start off with the Knight of Swords. Knight of Wands. Hello? Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I feel like the Knight of Wands is very, very much like this oracle card, or like the angel message. You are highly intuitive and creative. Your mind thinks in pictures, and you can seem to draw information and ideas from out of the sky. A powerful drive to know the oneness of all things. Wands are fire, right? You're a fire sign. And it's about taking action, trying things. It's the motivation behind the actions that we take and the things that we do try. I also see wands as being information by way of experience, because that's what we get by trying things, right? We figure out what works, we figure out what doesn't work. What do we like and what don't we like? And the Knight of Wands, to me, this card just feels a little intense in the sense of just going for it. Truly, you have a vision, and then it's literally taking action towards that vision, even if it literally is pulling it from out of the sky. Because too, the knights they're on the front lines. They're the ones that are doing the things. It can be a little impulsive. I know, also the Knight of Wands is usually described as fuckboy energy. because it can also just be like short lived. And when I think like fuckboy energy, I think it's like, you know, when the thrill and the fun is gone, like when it starts getting a bit too serious, that's when they dip, right? Like you're here for the fun, you're here for a good time, you're here, you know, until as long as it benefits you. And once that energy starts to shift, then, you know, that's kind of when you start to have an exit plan, which is good and bad, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with leaving a situation if the energy is no longer there. And especially too, like not necessarily even tying yourself down to like one thing, like keeping an open mind, allowing yourself to pivot as you need to or as you see fit. And especially too, because it is paired with the Knight of Wands, or excuse me, the King of Wands, there could be a level of like you're starting to feel the desire to get serious about something. Because even too, this is a glow up between the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands. Because the King of Wands is the highest expression of the suit, right? There's not anything beyond the King of Wands. That's the goal. Kings are an authority, right? Like people look to them for guidance, for leadership. They're sharing their wisdom, you know, the things that they have learned, the wisdom that they've picked up because they've tried all these different things, right? They have all of that knowledge. So again, like it could even just be recognizing the energy within yourself and even seeing like your own potential, trusting in your own potential. And it's like you're ready to level up within yourself. And it could even just have something to do again with an idea, with some sort of creativity, how you even express yourself. And even just on their cape, you know, like the checkered flag, like, you know, when I think checkered flag, I think finish line. That scared me. I don't know if you can hear that. My washer, that scared me. But, you know, the finish line, especially too, like if you have been fucking around in the Knight of Wands energy for however long, for whatever reason, the energy is available here for you now to level up. And there could be some recognition within your friend group. The Three of Cups is all about support from others. It's interesting because we have the Three of Cups paired with the Five of Wands, which is like tension. And it could be, you know, conflict, competition. It could be fighting. Interestingly enough, though, too, right? Like, I mean, even just look at the difference in the energy of these two cards. It could even just be one of those situations of like seeing who your ride or dies are, because, you know, like the people who are, you know, if you want to use the word like true friends or, you know, soul people, whatever, like they are going to celebrate whatever this evolution is for you, or ascension even like they're gonna support the journey that this is, because you have to start at the Knight of Wands to get to the King of Wands, whether you're in that energy yet or not. You know, it's still an energy to move through, and these people are going to support you. Cups have to do with our emotions, how we're feeling about ourselves, about our lives, about the people in our lives, about even just the support that we get from people, like our support network. And also even too, like, where do you fit in there? Right? Like, where are you offering support to other people? Because this is like, again, it's everybody celebrating everybody else. So it's, you know, getting together with your friends that maybe you haven't seen in a while, and you're all like, I got a new job, and everybody, you know, cheers to that. You know, the next person is like, oh, I don't know, I'm closing on my first house. So you guys all cheers to that, you know, like, I just got engaged, and you all just cheers to that, right? Like, it's something to where everybody is celebrating a success, and everybody else is celebrating them too. There's no like, ugh, very reciprocal, very cyclical. But then it's interesting, like I said, right? It's paired with the Five of Wands. This could be weeding people out because, again, right? I mean, it's some sort of conflict. Also, I think of Mulan when I see the Five of Wands, because you know how like when they show up to warrior training, everybody is just like cocky, they're arrogant, like very competitive, very combative, and it takes some time to build a rapport and build up friendships and learn to work together. That's the Five of Wands. It's going through that whole process of learning to work together. So, there could just be something in here. However, the purpose of it though is because even like in Mulan, right? They do eventually all come together. They learn to trust each other. They learn to communicate. They become friends, right? And the purpose is to be able to go into battle and be successful. That's the Six of Wands, is coming out successful. So it's interesting that after the Five of Wands, we have the Four of Wands. This could even be a third party situation, truly. I mean, I was talking about a fuckboy over here. They could present themselves as the King of Wands, passionate, libido, all of that. But then there's this breakdown here between the Three of Cups and the Five of Cups. So it causes some sort of tension. It's not really necessarily feasible, or it's like whatever this breakdown is happening, it is going to bring you a level of clarity. There's, through an argument or some sort of conflict, there will be resolution, there will be clarity. Even if it's not, of course, like that type of situation, it was just coming through. So I wanted to, of course, say it, because in the Four of Wands, we have these two people holding up flowers. There's a celebration. The Four of Wands does talk about celebration. It's a card of harmony and unity. There's generally a couple getting married on there, but it doesn't necessarily have to speak to like literal marriage, but just, again, unifying something, leveling something out, because there are these Four Wands here, and that does talk to stability. Like if we think about a square, right? Which is interesting because, like I said, we have that Grand Cross going on, which is one big ass square in the, natal chart right now, as of today. So it also says the actions that you have taken have gotten you to a point of this security, of, feeling like you have a good foundation underneath you. There are people that are celebrating you here. It's also interesting. Oh, I thought this was a Three of Wands. JK. Because I was going to say we have the 3, 4, 5, but we don't, because this is a Three of Cups. Also, even like these oranges were like catching my eye at the beginning. So I don't know, like if it has something to do with like mimosas or orange juice or citrus in some capacity. That's weird. This could even be fighting for the same cause. Advocating for something. Like finding something that you are truly passionate in, and that you see your passions, or like you can see your vision in it, and it would be advocating for a cause, there would be some level of success there. It would almost even just feel like for you, feel like being seen, feeling like you're making a difference. The Ace of Cups is after it. Aces are brand new. The cup is overflowing, feeling fulfilled. Again, cups having to do with our emotions, our heart center, love, something new in that realm, feeling a certain way that maybe you haven't experienced in a while. Again, I mean, this could, of course, be a relationship. But then we have the 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You know what is so interesting is that there's these 3 cups here. We have the 3 of Cups on the table. The 3 of Cups are like kind of, I want to say spilled over, but that's not, they're like on their side, you know, tipped over. The 5 of Cups talks about loss and grief. You know, like they're focusing on these cards or on these cups that are tipped over. And they're sad that there's nothing left in there. But the message behind the 5 of Cups is that there's still these 2 cups here. Like all is not lost. However, you know, there's all this energy that's coming off of them. So it does feel like some sort of release. It could be leaving behind a friend group that maybe is even causing tension. And again, you know, like finding a community, an environment where you feel more involved, where you feel seen, where you feel heard. You know, the actions that you want to take, what you're trying to do is recognized. You're going to feel better about it. So then it's like, I'm really sad that I couldn't get that out of what I already had. But you know, unfortunately, that's life. And also, I mean, we should be allowing ourselves to move towards the things that do make us feel good. We have the 2 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, the 2 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. There's definitely like this up and down like thing that's happening. And I feel like Leo has just been going through it at least the last 2 months, because was it last month that like all the cards that came out for you were in the reverse? Like it definitely feels like there's something that is being worked out here. And it could definitely be uncomfortable. The 2 of Swords is about indecision, just kind of not really knowing what to do. The 9 of Swords is anxiety, doubt, you know, it's losing sleep at night. Just, you know, the mind, the hamster wheel of our mind, right? The 2 of Wands is planning for the future. Literally, they have the whole world in their hand. Is that a Girl Scout song? He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world. Like, truly, the possibilities are endless. And it's like, what do you want to do? And that could, of course, like cause some anxiety and cause, you know, some indecision, even a feeling of loss, because, you know, what is it that you want? What do you want to do? I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.